Well, hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited this week to show you how to make this really cute rag heart wreath. All right, so you're gonna take some supplies from Dollar Tree. These are the little decor pieces. They make them every season and all sorts of shapes and colors. This season for Valentine's, they had this heart that has this sparkly kind of tinsel on it with this love sign wording, and I took it off. Then I'm gonna remove the rest of this kind of tinsel-like material off, and it's going to reveal this grid. So this great little plastic grid is a great frame for a rag wreath. And then we're going to take some chambray scrap fabric that I had. You can really use any scrap fabric that you have, and I'm going to cut it in these 1.5 inch strips. It's just like my messy bow. I don't know if you're familiar, but I will link the video below. For my messy bow, it is such an easy bow for beginners. Anyone can make one of them. You literally take these scraps like this, put them all together with a zip tie, and how cute is that? All right, so we're gonna use these though on the wreath frame, and I'm just gonna tie them in little knots like this. I'm just continuing all the way around the wreath frame. So I have to ask you, if you like videos like these with crafts and things you can make, go ahead and hit that thumbs up as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell. When you do all three of those, YouTube's gonna let you know every time I put one of these videos out. Okay, so we are going around on the little frame pieces here. You kind of have to be gentle because the plastic will tear. It tore for me a couple different times, and I had to go back and repair it with hot glue, but you get the idea. I am covering every single square inch of this heart wreath frame with scrap fabric knots. Now, at the beginning, I thought I was going to use all chambray, and I quickly found out that I was running out. So I spread them out a little bit further and added this red and white polka dot scrap fabric as well. So I'm just taking it and again cutting it into the 1.5 inch strips so that I can use these pieces as well. The length of these is about 8 inches, and that's going to give you enough to be able to pull through and make a knot out of. Otherwise, you can always make it longer and trim the top of your wreath when you're finished. So once you have several of these, y'all, I did not count them. Just make them until you run out. Sometimes crafting is just about, figuring out as you go. And I'm gonna kind of put these in between all of the chambray pieces, filling in where there's any missing gaps and holes. And this ultimately I decided was going to need a little bit of a backing. So I'm hot gluing the red and white polka dot material onto the back of the heart frame, just using a little bit of hot glue in some strategic places and just laying it flat down on there. So it really helped fill in the gaps because I feel like there were some major gaps, and I'm just gonna kind of trim this out from around the frame and fluff, of course, the center. This wreath is so satisfying to make. It's one of those that you can make kind of while you're watching a show or something. I'm going ahead and adding a little bit of hot glue just to make sure that it is going to stay secure all the way around. And but it's one of those that when you're tying those little knots, you can watch your favorite program. In fact, what is your favorite program these days? I'm always on the hunt for a really good series that I can watch every single night for a while, or binge. I love to binge watch shows too. So let me know in the comments if you've watched any really good ones lately that you think I should check out. All right, so I am just finishing trimming up the back of this backing with the scrap fabric, and I accidentally cut the little hoop there on accident. So remember the love sign that we grabbed off of the front of the Dollar Tree decor piece? I wanted to still use it as part of this wreath, but that glittery, shiny, shimmery iridescent was just not going to pop on the front of my colors of the wreath. So I'm just taking a Magnolia paint pen, and I will link that also in the video, and I am just painting it red. Of course, you could use any acrylic paint. You could go to town and make this all different colors. Just depends on what you want to make. But for this wreath, I am just going to use some red for Valentine's and the word love and make it pop on the front of this wreath. I love using the paint pen because it is so much more handy. Like I didn't have to get out my paint brushes, my water, my painting mat, all of the things. I just could color this in. And this is also another fun, satisfying part of the project is to just be able to paint with a paint pen onto this sign. Just kind of showing you how it's coming together. Super easy. I would highly recommend these paint pens for all sorts of projects. They come in multiple colors. They have them in the metallic gold, metallic silver, and then all of the colors in between. And of course, this one is the red. All right, so I decided to put this little tip caught on from Dollar Tree just at the end to make sure I didn't get the paint pen on me and I could still hold the sign in place. So once we have that, I'm going to hot glue it back to the front of the wreath. And then I decided to make a little bow. This is a sweet little bow. This is with Dollar Tree fabric. This is with Dollar Tree ribbon, and it's that cutout ribbon with the cute little kind of cut out pieces. And of course I had to add a little bit of sparkle to it and glue it right here on top of the wreath. I think it kind of was an extra pop. I love that. And then of course I used the same ribbon to make a little hanger. Since I cut my loop right there, you can kind of see where my poor little piece got cut. But if you keep your piece, you can hang it. If not, you can hang it with this ribbon. And this is how the rag wreath turned out. What do you think of this combination of material? What scrap fabric would you use? I think a multicolor fabric would do really well on this. And I also love the idea of an ombre look, like if you used a dark all the way down to a light color or vice versa. But of course, I love this combination as well, kind of light and bright. Let me know in the comments what you think. I have a couple of other heart wreaths we recently made over the last few weeks, and I will definitely link those here as well. And again, I appreciate you so much for watching. I am going to link all of my Valentine's wreaths here in the video for you. And until next time, my friend, never forget to stay creative.